Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review The Woman in the Yard, and this is from writer Sam Stefanik and director Collet-Serra. And this film is a long list of different kinds of genre films that Collet-Serra has done, from House of Wax to Orphan to Unknown, The Shallows, and most recently Carry On. And here we have this story of Ramona, played by Danielle Deadwyler, who's in her farmhouse with her two children, Taylor and Annie, played by Peyton Jackson and Estella Cahia, and they see this mysterious woman, all in black, sitting out in their front yard. And this woman, played by Akui Akpakwasili, and she has these foreboding messages. They don't know what her motivations are. She keeps getting closer, casting a shadow that does all these dark, disturbing things. And this film is relatively lean at like an hour and 28 minutes. I feel like the most challenging aspect of this film is that this story feels like that it probably was best served as like a longer short film than trying to push this to a feature length. Because there's moments that you feel like it's just trying to prolong it and keep it going and getting us to that point that feel like they don't really add much to the allegory that's going on. Doesn't really add much to the experience. They're not, like, there's some disturbing imagery with it. It's like disorienting because it's like, what's going on here? But it honestly kind of just still does more muddling and muddying of the waters instead of trying to elevate the scares or progress the messages of the film through its allegory. And after a while, like, this film, it's a little rocky in terms of its writing and how it presents itself. There are some very powerful scenes, like you get particular flashbacks to Ramona with her husband, played by Russell Hornsby, and those are some powerful moments giving context. Once the film kind of like puts into focus what it's really about and what this woman really represents, you kind of get like, oh, I've kind of seen this before. I've seen this done in a bit more effective kind of way. But it is a very relatable and very impactful and important theme that it's trying to, represent allegorically through this creeping, basically like vestige of death, basically, this woman in black. And I think what really makes this film stand out in positive ways is Collet-Serra's direction, and it's the use of like the shadows for these eerie moments, unexpected moments. And it's an interesting kind of, like, that shadow idea is a great conceit to build up some tension and have some really unnerving moments. It's all about the reflection, the editing of going back and reaction shots to, like, is she still there? Has she gotten closer? Has she disappeared from her little seat? And all of those moments that keep building tension. Visually, I think this is very crisp. There's some dynamic choices in terms of how it looks. I think the cinematography is very effective from Pavel Pogorzelski, who does a great job of capturing this crisp bleakness of this black on this green yard and the shadows in each and every moment that they pop up. There's some very evocative visuals. And I think Danielle Deadwyler does a great job of bringing a lot of emotion and intensity to this film through her performance. I think the two children do fine. Apakwasili does a great job as this woman with her presence and this eeriness. Hornsby, I think, is really effective in the few scenes that you do get to see him. Overall, I think this film has some strong elements to it. It's overstretched narrative. Its weaker script really holds this back from reaching good and great status in terms of horror films, but overall it's a rock solid experience that is really well directed, and definitely Deadweiler anchors this film down with an intense and very emotional performance. But those are my thoughts on The Woman in the Yard. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.